Merciful Father, I come before you not with polished words or rehearsed prayers, but with a heart open wide, a heart that needs you, a soul that seeks shelter under the wings of your unfailing love. Lord, in the stillness of this moment, I acknowledge how often I have taken your covering for granted. I confess that in times of comfort, I have allowed my guard to slip, and in those quiet moments when all seems well, I forget that the battle still rages in the unseen. You, O Lord, are my refuge. When the storms of life gather and the shadows lengthen across my path, I will rest in the sanctuary of your presence. I have nothing in this world that can save me but you, the name above all names, the one who neither sleeps nor slumbers. When fear creeps into my mind, when uncertainty knocks at my door, I remember the truth that you are God, and you are with me. Help me, Lord, to never be a lukewarm believer. Let not comfort dull my spirit or weaken my prayers. Stir within me a holy fire, a sacred urgency. Let my prayers carry weight. Let them pierce through the veil of complacency and reach your throne with boldness. Teach me, Lord, to pray when it's easy, and to pray even more when it's hard. Because in prayer I find you. In prayer I am made strong. Your word tells me in Mark 14:38 to watch and pray. For though the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. Lord, I know that when I do not pray, I expose myself to dangers I cannot see. I leave open doors the enemy loves to walk through. But when I seek you, when I stay close, when I dwell in the secret place, you become my fortress. You hide me under the shadow of your wings until the calamity passes by. O God, surround my life with the light of Christ. Let every scheme of the enemy be scattered in your presence. Let no arrow of darkness find its mark. Let no snare take hold. You are the one who sets a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You are the one who anoints my head with oil. Surely, Lord, you are my defense, my shield, and my victory. So today I will not fear. Today I will not fold. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, for my help comes from the Maker of heaven and earth. You will not allow my foot to slip. You are my keeper, and even as the winds howl and the days grow dark, I know this one thing: I am held by you. Lord, in the quiet hours of the night, when the world feels heavy and the soul grows weary, you remain the everlasting light that never dims. Even when my heart aches and my thoughts race, you are near. You draw close to the brokenhearted and cradle the weary in your arms. You do not leave us to wander in the dark. You walk beside us, even when we can't see the way ahead. And in that holy silence, you speak peace over chaos and calm over confusion. Teach me, Father, to rest in your protection. When the world speaks fear, let me answer with faith. When the enemy whispers lies, may your truth rise louder within me. You have not called me to be afraid. You have called me to stand clothed in righteousness, guarded by the armor of light, wrapped in the blood of the Lamb. You are my strength when I have none. You are my voice when I have no words left to say. The enemy prowls like a lion, searching for the unguarded soul, but you, Lord, are the Lion of Judah, and no force of darkness can withstand your roar. I am not defenseless. I am not exposed. I am surrounded by angels on assignment. Every time I call on your name, heaven moves on my behalf. Every time I lift my hands to worship, the heavens part, and your presence fills the space around me. You are my strong tower, my refuge in every storm. I will not hide from life. I will walk boldly because I am hidden in you. Let every fear melt away in the fire of your presence. Let every anxious thought be still before your throne. Lord, the battle is not mine. It belongs to you, and you have never lost a single one. Let my heart rise with praise, even when I don't understand. Let me trust you, not just with my victories, but with my questions. I surrender the need to know, the desire to control, the urge to fix it all myself. I trade my restlessness for your peace. I lay my burdens down and pick up the yoke that is easy, the burden that is light, because with you I am a mare carrying anything alone. So I lift this day into your hands. Whatever it may hold, I will walk through it with you. Guard my steps, order my thoughts, wrap my family in the shield of your mercy. And if I am tempted to fear, remind me again that the God who holds the stars in place is the same God who holds me. Holy and faithful God, how beautiful is your covering over those who call upon your name. You do not sleep, and you do not slumber. Your eyes are always watching, always knowing, always filled with mercy. You see what we do not see. You go ahead of us into battles we didn't even know were forming. You stand guard at the gates of our lives, holding back storms we will never have to walk through because of your love. Sometimes we forget just how precious your protection is. We get caught up in routines, in obligations, in the noise of life. But in this moment, I pause to say thank you. Thank you for the things you stopped that I never saw. Thank you for the divine delays, the reroutes, the closed doors that were really mercy in disguise. Thank you for the angels that move at your word. Thank you for the blood of Jesus that still speaks better things over our lives. Your word says in Psalm 121 that you will preserve our going out and our coming in. Lord, I claim that promise today. Let your peace settle over my home. Let your hand remain upon my family. Let no evil befall us. May every moment of this day, every step we take, be under the shadow of the Almighty. We do not live by chance. We live under divine order, and you, Lord, are the one who orders our step. I ask you to renew my faith daily. Keep my eyes fixed on you. Let me not be distracted by what surrounds me, but focused on the one who surrounds it all. The world may offer false promises, temporary pleasures, and counterfeit peace, but only you offer life in abundance. Only you can satisfy the soul. Only you can carry us through the fire without the smell of smoke. And so, I anchor my soul in your word. I believe in your promises not because of what I see, but because of who you are. You have always been faithful. Not once have you failed to show up for those who trust in you. Let me be counted among them. Let me walk in the confidence of a child who knows their father will always come through. Today I choose to rest, not because the world is quiet, but because my heart is. You have spoken peace to my storm, and I will not be moved. I am yours and you are mine, and that is enough. Lord, when the nights grow long and the silence becomes heavy, remind me that you are still near. Even when I cannot feel you, you are there. Even when my prayers feel small and my strength feels faint, you are listening. You are the God who bends down to hear the whispered prayers of his children. You catch every tear, you hold every sigh, and in your presence, even my weakest cry becomes a song of trust. You are the God who walks with me through the valley, not just the mountaintops, not only the joyful places, but through the shadowed parts too. When my soul is tired, you do not shame me. You simply reach out with love and say, "Let me carry you." And so I rest in that. I rest in the knowing that you are not a distant God. You are not far away. You are here. You are with me. Father, I pray not just for protection from what I can see, but for strength to endure what I cannot. Give me discernment to recognize when the battle is spiritual. Teach me to respond, not with fear, not with panic, but with prayer. Let my first reaction not be worry but worship. Let me remember that no enemy can stand where you are lifted high. Cover my thoughts, Lord. Let no lie take root. Let no bitterness grow in the garden of my heart. Wash my mind with your word. Breathe new life into dry places. Remind me that even when I feel weak, I am never without power. Because the Spirit of the living God dwells within me. You make me strong even when I feel like I'm falling apart. I speak peace over every anxious place in my soul. I silence the voice of doubt with the truth of who you are. You are faithful. You are kind. You are strong enough to carry me and gentle enough to comfort me. You are a perfect Father. I need no other covering but yours. I want no other refuge but your arms. So here I am, Lord, still, listening, trusting, just as I am. I may not have all the answers, but I know the one who does. And that is more than enough. Lord, I don't want to live a prayerless life. I don't want to walk through this world relying only on my own strength, forgetting that apart from you, I can do nothing. Stir up a hunger in me that cannot be satisfied with anything but time in your presence. Let prayer be the breath of my spirit, the place where I am most myself, where my soul is most alive. I want to live in communion with you, not just in crisis, but in every ordinary moment. There is so much noise around me, Father. So many distractions, so many voices, so much pressure, but none of it compares to the sound of your whisper. When you speak, everything inside me settles. When you move, everything around me aligns. That's why I'm learning, day by day, to come away with you, to sit at your feet like Mary, to choose the better portion that will never be taken from me. Help me, Lord, to keep watch, not just for danger, but for you, to be alert to your nearness, to recognize when you are gently pulling me aside, calling me back to quiet waters. I don't want to miss the moments where heaven touches earth, the divine interruptions that lead me back to intimacy. Let my spiritual senses remain sharp. Keep my heart sensitive and my eyes open. And Lord, when I grow weary, remind me that you are not tired. When I feel overwhelmed, remind me that you are never shaken. When I don't know what to say, teach me to simply say your name, Jesus. There is power in that name. There is healing in that name. There is rest in that name. It is the name that holds me steady when everything else feels unsteady. You are my portion, Father. Not just my protector, not just my healer, but the portion of my soul. You satisfy me in ways the world never could. You feed my spirit. You restore what was broken. You give me joy that is not based on my surroundings. You lift my eyes when I cannot lift my head, and for all this I will praise you. So even now, in this quiet space, I bow before you again, not in ritual but in reverence, not out of habit, but out of holy desire. You are my first thought in the morning, and my last, before I sleep, and in between I choose to walk with you. Lord, you have never failed me, not once, even in the times when I doubted, even in the seasons where I questioned your timing. You remained faithful. Looking back now, I see your fingerprints all over my story, in the closed doors that protected me, in the delays that preserved me, in the detours that refined me. You were always working, even in silence, even in the dark. So today, I don't need a sign to know you are near. I don't need the sky to split open to be convinced of your love. I've seen enough. I've felt enough. I've walked through too much to ever doubt your goodness again. You've been my peace when I had none, my direction when I was lost, my joy in sorrow, my comfort in confusion. You are the steady place when life is anything but steady. I trust you, Lord, not because I see the whole path, but because I see you on it. I trust you with my future. I trust you with my family. I trust you with the unseen, the unknown and the uncertain, because you have proven that even in chaos, you are still God. You have shown me that you are not just a deliverer, you are a defender, and when you speak over my life, no power in hell can undo it. Guard my heart, Father. Keep me from bitterness. Keep me from worry. Let not the enemy sow seeds of doubt while I sleep. Surround me with your word like a wall of fire. Let it be written on my heart and spoken from my lips. Let every fear be cast out by the light of your truth. For you have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. When the world feels like it's shaking, remind me that your kingdom cannot be moved. When everything changes, remind me that you never do. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. And your promises are not fragile. They are not fickle. They are a fortress I can run into and find safety. When the wind blows, I will not bend. When the rain falls, I will not drown, because my foundation is you. So I rest again tonight in that quiet confidence, that peace that doesn't make sense to the world, the peace that doesn't require explanation, the peace that comes only from knowing you. Lord, I am safe, not because life is perfect, but because you are present, and as long as you are near, I lack nothing. Father, I thank you for the gift of stillness. In a world that constantly rushes and strives, you invite me into rest, not a rest that ignores reality, but a rest that exists in the middle of it. You quiet my heart when the noise grows loud. You remind me that peace isn't found in the absence of trouble, but in the presence of God. You are the calm in the chaos, the steady voice when everything else is uncertain. Teach me to slow down, Lord. Teach me to walk with you, and not ahead of you, to wait on you, not as punishment, but as a holy pause, a divine holding place, where strength is renewed. Your word says those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And so I choose to wait on you today and every day. Let your spirit be my guide, not my emotions, not my fear, not the opinions of others, but your voice alone. Lead me beside still waters. Restore my soul. Show me how to live unhurried, unshaken, and undistracted in a world that pulls me in every direction. Let my ears be tuned to your whispers, and let my eyes be fixed on your beauty. Lord, I don't want a shallow relationship with you. I don't want empty routines or lifeless religion. I want you, the real you, the God who knows me and still loves me, the God who formed me in the secret place and calls me by name. I want to walk with you in the cool of the day, like Adam once did. I want to hear your footsteps and recognize them. I want to know your heart. If I gain the whole world and lose your presence, I've gained nothing. So strip away what needs to go. Remove what hinders closeness. Break the idols I've built, unknowingly. Idols of self, of success, of control. Whatever keeps me from you, remove it. And whatever draws me closer, increase it. All I want is to be near you. All I want is to love you the way you deserve to be loved. So here I am again, just a child before her father. No pretense, no titles, just me and just you. And that is enough. In your presence, I remember who I am. And more importantly, I remember who you are. Lord, you are my dwelling place, my hiding place, my place of rest. I don't need to understand everything to trust you. I don't need to see the whole picture to walk in faith. What I need is you, your presence, your peace, and your promises. The world tries to pull me in 1,000 directions, but your voice anchors me. It reminds me that I am not forgotten. I am not overlooked. I am you. Even when the storm surrounds me, I know the one who walks on water. Even when the fire burns close, I know the one who stands in the flames. And even if I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear, for you are with me. You prepare a table before me, even in the presence of the enemy. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows with your goodness. I don't want to live a life that only praises you when things are good. I want to praise you in the midnight hour. I want to worship you when the answer hasn't come yet. I want to cling to you, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are my reward. You are the portion of my inheritance. You are the song in my night, and the sunrise in my morning. Let my worship be sincere. Let it rise not from performance, but from the place of surrender. Let it be the sound of a soul who has seen your hand move and has chosen to stay close forever. Let my days be marked by reverence. Let my steps be ordered by your word. Let my thoughts be held captive to your truth. I want to be a vessel fit for your glory, purified by fire, filled with grace. I know the enemy watches, waiting for weakness, but you are my strength. You are my wall. You are the one who fights for me. I do not rely on human wisdom or worldly strength. I rely on the God who parted seas and raised the dead, the one who calms storms with a whisper, the one who knows my name and calls me his own. So today, and every day, I choose you again. With trembling hands and a faithful heart, I say yes to your will, yes to your timing, yes to your presence. You are my God, and I am your child, and that will never change. Heavenly Father, in a world that praises noise and speed, I long to be rooted in the stillness that only you provide. The stillness that doesn't come from circumstances aligning, but from your spirit reigning in my heart. It is in that stillness that I remember you are sovereign. You are not rushed. You are never late. You are not anxious like the world. And in your presence, I am reminded to breathe again. Let me not be carried away by the urgency of this life, but held steady by the eternal truth of your word. My peace cannot be based on headlines, health, or finances. It must be anchored in you alone. When everything feels uncertain, remind me that nothing has ever been uncertain to you. You hold the times and seasons. You are the Alpha and the Omega. You were there at the beginning and you already stand at the end. I surrender my need for control, Lord. I surrender my attempts to plan every detail, fix every problem, and carry burdens that were never mine to hold. I lay it all at your feet. The worry, the fear, the unspoken questions, I give it to you, because I trust that you are not only able to carry it, but willing. You delight in being my burden bearer. You rejoice when I lean on you. Cover me in your wisdom. Let me not make decisions based on emotion, pressure, or fear. Teach me to wait on you, to consult you before I move, to sit with you before I speak, to seek you before I seek solutions. I don't want to make choices outside of your will. I want to live led by your Spirit, guided, guarded, and grounded in grace. Sometimes, Lord, the waiting feels heavy, the silence feels long, but even in that place, you are working. Even in the quiet, you are preparing, you are pruning and shaping, deepening my roots, so that my faith is not shallow, but strong. So I will wait on you, not just for the answer, but for more of you. I will wait because you are worth waiting for. You are my portion, my place of rest, my every need fulfilled. I will not fear the future because you go before me. I will not regret the past because you have redeemed it. I live now in this sacred moment, aware of your nearness. And that, Lord, is enough for me. Father, I thank you for the covering that can't be seen with human eyes but is felt deeply by the soul. It is a covering that surrounds my mind when anxiety creeps in. It shields my heart when fear tries to take hold. It's the assurance that I am never out of reach, never forgotten, never forsaken. You are closer than the breath in my lungs, nearer than any danger that may threaten to come near. The enemy may plan, but your hand intercepts. He may whisper lies, but your truth still thunders louder. There is no trap he sets that you don't see. There is no weapon formed against me that will prosper. Not because I am strong, but because you are my defender. You have assigned angels to guard me, not out of obligation, but out of love. You have chosen me to walk under the canopy of your grace. Let me never forget the cost of this protection. Jesus, you paid for it with your blood. You stood between me and judgment. You bore the weight of my sin, so I could walk in peace, so I could walk in freedom. Every scar you carry is a declaration that I am redeemed. Every drop of blood spilled on that cross was a promise that I would never be alone again. I lift my home into your hands today. May every wall echo with praise. May every room be saturated with peace. Let no evil enter. Let no fear linger. May your name be the banner that flies above my doorposts. And if any darkness tries to come near, let it be stopped at the threshold by the power of your presence. You are not just a God who watches from afar. You are Emmanuel, God with us. You walk the hallways of my house. You sit beside me in moments of silence. You whisper in the quiet, you are mine. And in that truth, I find rest. I find courage. I find hope that cannot be shaken, no matter what may come. So as I step into this day or lay down to rest this night, I do so with one thought anchored deep in my heart. I am held. I am loved. I am protected. And you, Lord, are always near. Lord, in a world that changes by the hour, you are my constant. The seasons shift, the headlines stir, and the ground beneath us trembles, but you remain unshaken. You are the same God who parted the sea, who shut the mouths of lions, who walked through fire with the faithful, and who still walks with me now. You are not caught off guard by anything I face. You are not surprised, you are sovereign. Sometimes I feel small in the midst of everything happening around me. The weight of the world presses heavy, and I don't always know how to respond. But in those moments, you remind me that I don't have to carry what was never mine to bear. You didn't create me to live anxious or afraid. You created me to trust you, to walk in the light of your truth, and to rest in your promises. So I return to your word, the anchor that holds me, the lamp that lights my path, the mirror that reveals who I really am when the world tries to define me by its shifting standards. You say I am chosen. You say I am beloved. You say I am hidden in Christ, and that is where I choose to remain. I hold fast to your truth, not because of what I feel, but because of what you have spoken. Teach me to pray from a deeper place, Lord, not from routine, not from ritual, but from relationship. Let my prayers rise from the depths of a heart that knows you are listening. You are not far off or too busy. You incline your ear to your children, and you delight in our communion. Help me not to rush through prayer, but to linger, to listen, to love you through stillness. Father, thank you for being the keeper of my soul. Thank you for watching over me when I sleep, and standing beside me when I wake. You protect me from what I see and even more from what I cannot see. Every step I take is covered in grace. Every breath is a gift. Every moment is an opportunity to draw nearer to you, and I never want to take that lightly. So I give you this moment. I give you my plans, my worries, my praise. I give you my heart again, freely and fully. You are worthy of more than hurried prayers and half-hearted songs. You are worthy of everything, and it is my joy to give it to you. Lord, how often I've come to you with burdens too heavy to carry, only to find you already waiting with open arms. You never turn me away. You never rush me. You simply welcome me into your presence, where the weight I bring is exchanged for peace. You remind me that I was never meant to walk alone, that even in my weakest hour, your strength is enough. You are my quiet in the chaos. You are my stillness in the storm. When the noise of the world rises like a flood, I find sanctuary in your word. It is here that I'm reminded that I don't belong to fear. I don't belong to confusion. I belong to you, the God who parts waters, who breaks chains, who calms winds with a whisper. And in that belonging, I find rest. Even when I don't understand what you're doing, I trust that it is good. Your plans are not always clear to me, but they are always kind. You see further than I can. You know what I don't. You prepare what I cannot predict. And so, I choose to walk by faith, not by sight. I choose to believe that the same God who led me this far will not leave me now. I ask you, Father, to shape my heart to trust you more, to believe you not only in my victories but in my valleys, to love you not only for what you give, but for who you are. Help me to worship from the wilderness and not just the mountaintop. Let my faith not be based on outcomes but rooted in the unchanging nature of my Savior. You are a holy God, yet you draw near to me. You dwell in glory, yet you listen when I speak. You uphold the universe, yet you hold my hand. How marvelous is your love, Lord. How undeserved, how complete. I could spend 1,000 lifetimes in praise and never fully thank you for what you've done. So let my life be an offering. Let my words, my days, my choices, all reflect the beauty of being known and loved by you. I don't want to merely know about you. I want to know you, and that pursuit will be the song of my soul for all my days. Gracious God, there are moments when life feels overwhelming, when the future seems uncertain and the present feels too heavy to bear. But even then, I remember your faithfulness. I recall the times you made a way where there was none. The times you answered with silence, yet it brought peace. The times you allowed waiting but filled it with purpose. You are always working, even when I cannot trace your hand. I lift my eyes to you again today, not in desperation, but in trust. You are my stronghold. You are the one who lifts my head when I feel low. You've taught me that deliverance doesn't always come with thunder and lightning. Sometimes, it comes with a whisper, a still, small voice saying, "Be still and know that I am God," and that is enough to keep me grounded. When the world shakes and the foundations seem to tremble, let my soul remain steady because of who holds me. You are not moved by crisis. You are not shaken by reports. You are the God who rides upon the storm and calls the stars by name. If creation obeys you, I will too. If the winds still know your voice, so will I. Let me never lose the wonder of who you are. You are holy, set apart, and exalted, yet you invite me to draw near. You have no need of me, yet you desire relationship with me. What grace, what love, it humbles me and draws me deeper. May I never become casual in your presence. May I never grow numb to the miracle of being known by you. I offer this day to you once more. Let every breath be intentional. Let every word reflect grace. Let every action mirror the gentleness and truth of Christ. In a world that glorifies pride and self, help me to walk in humility. Let me reflect the nature of the one I follow. Gentle, lowly, strong and full of mercy. Father, thank you for being near. Thank you for being constant. Thank you for being everything I need, even when I don't know what to ask for. You are the peace to my mind, the stillness in my chest, the strength in my steps. And for all of this, I bless your holy name. Lord, there is something sacred about the quiet moments with you, when the world fades into the background, and all that remains is the sound of my heart reaching for yours. It is in these moments that I realize how little I need if I have you. The worries lose their grip. The future feels less daunting, because here in the stillness I remember you are enough. I've searched for peace in many places. I've looked for joy in the wrong things. But every road outside of you has led me back to this truth. Nothing satisfies like your presence. Nothing calms like your spirit. Nothing heals like your word. I've tasted what the world has to offer, and I choose you again and again, because only in you do I find rest that is real, joy that is unshakable, and love that never changes. Let me not wander from this place of surrender. Let me not forget that I was made to dwell with you, not just visit you in times of need, but to live my life in continual closeness, to walk with you in every conversation, every task, every breath. This is the life you desire for your children, not distant but deeply connected. Lord, make me sensitive to the nudges of your Spirit. When you call, let me answer. When you convict, let me yield. Don't let me grow hard or distracted. Let my heart remain tender, pliable, eager to please you above all. In a world that runs after pleasure, let me chase after purity. In a culture that exalts self, let me live to exalt Christ. There is such peace in knowing that I don't have to perform for you. I don't have to earn what you've already given freely. You simply want my heart fully yielded, fully honest, fully yours. And that's what I give today. No masks, no striving, just my whole self, laid before the one who loves me most. So receive me again, Lord, not because I'm worthy, but because you are gracious. Not because I have it all together, but because you've chosen to walk with me anyway. You are my portion, my provider, my peace, and in you I lack nothing. Father, thank you for the moments when you slowed me down, when you allowed delays that felt like disappointments but were truly divine redirections. In my impatience, I didn't understand, but in hindsight, I see how your hand was protecting me. You were never withholding good things. You were preparing better things. I praise you for the doors you closed and for the paths you gently turned me from, even when I begged you to let me continue. You are never in a hurry, and yet you are always right on time. Your timing is not bound by my calendar or limited by my expectations. You see beyond today. You see the ripple effects of every yes and every no. And so I surrender my need to control outcomes. I release the tension that comes from trying to make everything happen in my own strength. Instead, I choose to trust in your wisdom and rest in your pace. Teach me to wait well, Lord, to wait not with worry but with worship. Let my waiting not be filled with anxiety, but with anticipation. Because I know that when you finally move, it will be beautiful, it will be complete, and it will be exactly what my heart needs. You are never late, and you never fail to fulfill what you've spoken in your perfect way. Help me to remember, even when it's hard, that every moment spent in delay is never wasted in your presence. You are shaping my character while I wait. You are deepening my roots. You are removing the clutter from my soul so that when the promise arrives, I will be ready, not just to receive it, but to steward it well. Sometimes I want the blessing without the breaking. Sometimes I ask for the crown, but shrink back from the cross. But I know that every refining season has a purpose. Every tear you've allowed has watered something eternal within me. I won't always understand it in the moment, but I choose to trust the heart of the one who holds every moment in his hand. So in this space of stillness, I wait on you, not just for what you can do, but for who you are. You are my reward. You are my portion. And even if I never get the thing I long for most, if I have you, I have everything. Lord, I ask you today to search me, not just the surface, not just the parts I show others, but the hidden places, the quiet corners of my heart, where wounds still ache and fears still whisper. Shine your light there. Bring healing to the places I've ignored. Cleanse me of thoughts I've justified and attitudes I've excused. I don't want to carry anything that's not from you. There are things I've held on to for too long. Old regrets, words I wish I could take back. Pain that shaped how I see myself and others. But you didn't create me to live burdened by yesterday. You came to set me free. And so today, I choose to let it go, not because I'm strong enough to forget, but because you are gracious enough to restore. Forgive me, Lord, for the times I allowed bitterness to take root, for the silent grudges I carried, for the walls I built instead of bridges. You call me to forgive, not because others deserve it, but because you forgave me first. So soften my heart. Teach me to release offense before it takes hold. Teach me to see people the way you see them, through mercy, not merit. Help me to live with a clean heart, God, not perfect but pure in intention. I don't want to worship you with lips while my heart is distant. I don't want to appear righteous outwardly, but harbor pride, resentment, or selfishness inside. Purify my motives. Refine my desires. Let everything I do be born from a heart that loves you first. You are not just interested in what I do, but in who I am becoming. You're more concerned with my character than my comfort. And though it's hard to be refined, I welcome it. If it means I look more like Jesus, then I say yes to the fire. Yes to the pruning. Yes to the stretching, because I want to be a vessel that carries your glory well. So here I am, Lord, open, honest, and willing. Shape me, mold me, search me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Let the cry of my heart be simple. Have your way in me. Lord, I thank you for being a God who sees. You see me when no one else does. You see past the smile, past the words, past the polished exterior. You see the weariness I try to hide, the questions I'm afraid to ask, and the battles I fight in silence. And yet you love me the same. Not because I am strong, but because you are compassionate beyond measure. There is comfort in knowing I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't have to find the perfect words or have everything figured out. I can simply come as I am, wounded, wondering, worshiping, and you receive me. You don't turn away from my weakness. You draw near to it. You hold the pieces of my heart as a craftsman holds his most delicate work carefully, patiently, with deep intention. You are the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one. You pursue even when I wander. You call out even when I've grown distant. And when I turn back, even hesitantly, you run toward me. Your love is not cautious. It is extravagant. Your grace is not earned. It is lavished, and I will never understand the fullness of it. But I will spend my life thanking you for it. When I'm tempted to doubt my worth, remind me of the cross. Remind me of the blood that was shed for me, not out of obligation, but out of love, that you saw me in my sin and still said you're worth saving, that the God of glory would humble himself to rescue me. How could I ever doubt my value again? Let that truth shape how I see myself and others. Help me to walk in holy confidence, not arrogance, but assurance rooted in you, to speak words that build and not break, to reflect light in dark places, to carry hope into hopeless rooms. Let my life be evidence that I have been with Jesus. So I lean into that truth again today. I am seen, I am loved, I am chosen, not because of anything I've done, but because of everything you are. Father, when the days feel long and my strength begins to fade, remind me that I was never meant to do this alone. You are my sustainer. You are the one who renews my energy when I have nothing left to give. Even when I don't feel strong, you are strong in me. Even when I'm empty, you are the well that never runs dry. I come to you now, thirsty for your presence, desperate for your touch. Life has its way of wearing us down. The expectations, the responsibilities, the unspoken pressure to be everything to everyone. It can be heavy, but you never asked me to carry what you already offered to take. You said, "Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest." Not just physical rest, but soul-deep peace. Peace that reaches the places no one else sees. So I exhale the stress, I release the burdens, I lay down every weight that has clung to my shoulders, I let go of the worry that crept in slowly. I surrender the to-do lists, the deadlines, the silent fears of not being enough. I trade it all for the rest you promised me, a rest that doesn't require perfection, only presence. Your presence. Breathe new life into me, Lord. Restore my joy. Awaken my hope. Let laughter return to the places that have been quiet. Let strength rise in the places that have felt weak. Let me walk into tomorrow with renewed confidence. Not in myself, but in you. Because if you go before me, I have nothing to fear. Even when I feel like I'm just barely holding on, the truth is that you are holding me. You have never let go. Through the highs and lows, through the battles and blessings, you have been constant. Faithful through every season, gentle in every correction, steady in every storm. And I trust you to keep holding me still. So tonight or today, whenever this prayer finds me, I choose to rest in the arms of my faithful God. I choose to let go of control. I choose to be still and know that you are God, that you are good, and that you are enough. Lord, I lift up every area of my life that I've tried to manage in my own strength. I confess that there are moments I've relied more on my plans than on your promises. I've tried to control what only you can carry, but you are not asking me to have it all figured out. You're asking me to trust the one who already sees the end from the beginning, and so I release it all into your hand. Take the pieces I've tried to hold together. Take the future I keep trying to shape. Take the unknowns that stir anxiety in the quiet hours. I place them at your feet, knowing they are safest there. Your ways are higher. Your wisdom is greater. Your timing is perfect. And though I may not always understand the process, I know the one who oversees it all. Help me to walk each step with grace, even when I don't see the full path ahead. Give me faith that moves even when feelings falter. Teach me to rest while I wait, and to trust while I walk. Let patience grow deep in me. Let endurance rise, shaped not by striving but by surrender. Because in the letting go I find more of you. You are not only the God of the mountaintop, you are the God of the middle, the God of the process, the God who stands beside me in the in-between. And for that I give thanks. For every moment you didn't rush me, for every lesson hidden in delay, for every season you used to strengthen what no one else could see. So I declare that my life is yours. Not just in word but in truth, not just in Sunday praise, but in everyday choices. Let my decisions reflect my dependence on you. Let my actions speak of the trust I have in you. Let my life be a quiet testimony to a watching world that God is faithful, and his children are never forsaken. And as I go forward, Lord, may peace follow me like a shadow. May your presence be the atmosphere I carry. May your promises be the words that echo in my spirit. You are my covering, my keeper, my king, and I place all things into your hands once again. Father, as I look around at the world today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. There's so much unrest, so much noise, so much fear woven into the fabric of daily life. But you remind me that I am not called to live according to what I see. I am called to live by faith, and faith begins where my understanding ends. You are not alarmed by what alarms me. You are still seated on the throne, still reigning in unmatched glory. You have always kept a remnant, a people who cling to your name when others turn away. And I want to be counted among them. I want to be one of those who remain faithful in the storm, who do not bow to fear, who do not forget the God who parts seas and breaks chains. Strengthen me to be steadfast. Make my heart immovable, not because of my willpower, but because I stand upon the rock. Let me not just proclaim you in private, but live for you in public. Let my life be a light, not only in peaceful days, but in dark and difficult ones too. I don't want to be a believer in name only. I want to carry the aroma of Christ wherever I go. I want my words to reflect heaven. I want my actions to whisper of your goodness. Lord, give me courage in this hour. Courage to speak truth when it's costly. Courage to love when it's inconvenient. Courage to walk in holiness when compromise seems easier. May I not be swayed by trends, moved by opinions, or driven by comfort. I want to be moved only by the leading of your Spirit and the truth of your word. And in this ever-changing world, where chaos often seems louder than hope. Anchor me in your peace. A peace that doesn't ignore the pain, but carries strength through it. A peace that silences confusion with clarity. Let me be a vessel that carries your peace into anxious spaces, not just through what I say, but through who I am becoming. So I draw near to you again, God of peace and strength. Renew me from the inside out. Fill me with power from on high. Not for applause, not for status, but so that I may walk worthy of the calling you've placed on my life. You are my source, and I am yours. Lord, when I reflect on your faithfulness through the years, I'm humbled by how patient you've been with me. You never demanded perfection, you just asked for surrender. You never rejected me in my weakness. Instead, you drew me close. You waited for me when I wandered, and welcomed me home with open arms when I returned. There is no one like you, no love like yours, no grace more constant than the grace I've found in you. I thank you for the lessons hidden in pain, the wisdom gained through seasons of waiting, the closeness I found when I had nothing left to lean on but you. You used every tear to water something deeper in me. And though I didn't always understand the process, I see now that you were building something eternal, something that couldn't be shaken. You were strengthening my spirit, anchoring my soul in places deeper than comfort could ever reach. Teach me to be grateful even in the stretching, to find beauty in the becoming, to rejoice not only in the harvest, but in the planting, the pruning, and the quiet seasons of unseen growth. You waste nothing, Lord. Every hardship has a purpose. Every waiting room is filled with your presence. Every battle becomes a testimony. I ask you now, Father, to renew the fire within me. Reignite my passion for your presence. Let prayer never become routine. Let worship never be mechanical. Stir in me a deeper hunger, a deeper thirst, a longing to know you. Not for what you can do, but simply for who you are. Make my heart a dwelling place for your spirit. Let every part of my life reflect the beauty of walking with you. Let my home be a sanctuary. Let my conversations carry the fragrance of heaven. Let my footsteps be guided by righteousness and compassion. May the peace I carry be contagious, the joy I walk in be unshakable, and the faith I live by be immovable. Let people encounter you through the overflow of my surrender. And as I walk through today, tomorrow, and the unknown days ahead, I rest in the truth that you go before me. You surround me, you cover me, you complete me. My life is hidden in you, and that is where I will always be safe. Lord, I lift up the people I love, the ones you've placed in my life as gifts, as companions, as burdens to carry in prayer. I ask that you watch over them with the same mercy you've shown me. Let your protection surround their comings and goings. Let your light guide them, even when they do not see it. Let your spirit whisper to them in ways only you can. I release them into your hands, knowing there's no safer place for a soul to be. I pray for the hurting ones, the ones too weary to speak, too broken to ask for help, the ones smiling on the outside but crushed within. You see them, you know them by name, you haven't forgotten their cries. Be near to them, Lord. Be their refuge in the dark. Be the hand that reaches through their pain and lifts them up again. For those who have drifted from you, bring them home. Break every lie that tells them they're too far gone. Silence the voice of shame and awaken their hearts again. Let them encounter your love in unexpected places. Send grace into their paths. Surround them with people who speak truth and love and call them gently back into your arms. And Father, for the generations rising behind us, for the sons and daughters, the grandchildren, the young ones still learning to walk by faith, raise up a people who will know you deeply. Protect them from deception, guard their purity. Let them be bold in truth and tender in spirit. May they walk in wisdom beyond their years and carry your fire into the future. Let my life leave behind more than possessions or accomplishments. Let me leave behind a legacy of faith, a path that points to Jesus, a testimony that says he is faithful. Let my children and their children know who to call when the world grows dark. Let them know the power of a whispered prayer and the strength found only in your name. You are the God of every generation, the same yesterday, today, and forever. What you began in me, I trust you to carry on in those I love. May our lives be a ripple of grace through time, a reflection of your goodness that never ends. Lord, I bring you my fears, not to dwell on them, but to lay them down. Fear has tried to rule me in subtle ways, creeping in through unanswered questions and what-ifs. But you did not give me a spirit of fear. You gave me power, love, and a sound mind. And so I choose to speak your truth over every anxious thought. I choose to lift my eyes, not to the threat, but to the one who has never failed me. Even in the unknown, you are present. Even in uncertainty, you remain sure. I confess that sometimes I allow the waves to distract me. I look at the wind instead of the word. But like Peter on the water, you remind me that even when I begin to sink, you are there with outstretched hand. You rescue without hesitation. You restore without condemnation. Let my trust in you grow deeper than the surface, deeper than circumstances, deeper than emotion. I don't want shallow faith that crumbles under pressure. I want roots that reach the riverbed of your presence, strong, steady, unshakable. Because when the storm comes, it's not the size of the waves that matter. It's the depth of what I'm anchored in. You are my anchor, Jesus. You hold steady what I cannot control. You quiet storms, but even when you don't, you calm your child. And sometimes, that's the greater miracle, not the changing of the situation, but the peace that holds me in the middle of it. Thank you for being the peace that surpasses all understanding. Teach me to walk by faith, not just in moments of need, but in every ordinary moment, in every routine task, in the quiet of my mornings and the stillness of the night. Let faith be the atmosphere I live in. Let trust be the rhythm of my heart. And let every step I take, big or small, be marked by my belief that you are with me. So I exhale now. I let go of fear. I inhale your peace, your truth, your nearness. You are not just near, you are within. And because of that, I will not be moved. Father, I thank you for being the kind of God who doesn't just hear prayers. You respond with wisdom, with mercy, and with perfect timing. You are not a distant ruler. You are a near and loving shepherd. You walk with me through every valley and celebrate with me on every hill. You are not silent in my suffering, nor absent in my joy. You are always here, and that truth holds me steady. You don't promise that I won't face trials, but you promise that I'll never face them alone. That truth changes everything. It doesn't erase pain, but it transforms how I walk through it. With you beside me, I can keep going. With your spirit within me, I can keep believing. Even in the fire, you are refining. Even in the drought, you are teaching me to thirst only for you. Lord, I want my life to be a testimony, not of my strength, but of yours. I want others to see my peace and know it's not natural, it's supernatural. I want them to hear my prayers and recognize a life shaped by intimacy with you. I want my choices to reveal a heart submitted, surrendered, and deeply in love with the Savior who changed everything for me. Help me to walk humbly, never forgetting where you brought me from. Remind me that the grace I enjoy today was bought with blood. Let me never boast in anything except the cross. Let me never grow so comfortable that I forget the price of my freedom. And may I never look down on those who are still searching for what I have found in you. Use my life, Lord. Use my pain, my past, my progress for your glory. Let my story be a light for someone else's darkness. Let my scars become signs that healing is possible. Let my voice declare that redemption is real. You waste nothing, and I give it all to you. So with open hands, I surrender again. All I am, all I have, all I hope to become. It's yours, Father. Use it to point back to you. Lord, sometimes the greatest battles aren't seen by anyone else. They happen in the quiet, in the thoughts that swirl beneath the surface, in the moments when no one is watching. But you see that you are not unaware of the silent wars I face, the fears I press down, the doubts I wrestle with, the weariness that sometimes whispers, "Give up," and still you stay, still you speak life, when my spirit grows faint. You've taught me that strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's found in simply standing, in refusing to walk away, in showing up again and again, even when I don't feel strong. and when I come to the end of myself, you meet me there with open arms. You are not disappointed in my weakness, you are drawn to it, because it's there, in my surrender, that your power is made perfect. Let me be honest with you, God. Let me stop pretending I have it all together. You are not looking for performance. You're looking for heart. A heart willing to admit, I can't do this without you. A heart that leans on grace when everything else has failed. That's the kind of faith you honor. That's the kind of soul you strengthen. Thank you for never asking me to earn your love. You've given it freely, fully, without condition. Thank you for the cross, the ultimate declaration of mercy. Thank you for the resurrection, the final word over death and despair. Because of what you did, I can walk in freedom, even when I feel broken. Because of you, I can wake up each day, knowing I am loved beyond measure. When I feel empty, fill me again. When I grow cold, ignite the flame again. When I grow weary, lift me up on wings like eagles. I know I'm not forgotten. I know I'm not disqualified, because you are a God who restores, a God who redeems, a God who gives beauty for ashes and joy for mourning. So I stand on that promise today, not because I'm strong, but because you are. Not because I've done everything right, but because you are always right on time. My hope is in you, my healer and restorer. Father, there's a quiet strength that comes from simply knowing you are with me. Not because I feel it every second, but because I've learned to trust you even when I don't. Feelings rise and fall. Circumstances change without warning. But you remain steady, unchanging, always faithful. And that truth is more solid than any emotion I may have on a given day. You remind me, again and again, that I'm not called to walk by sight. I'm called to walk by faith. And faith is a daily decision. Not a feeling, not a mood, but a choice to believe that you are who you say you are. That your promises are still true. That you are still at work even in silence, even in stillness, even when it looks like nothing is happening. I bring you the things I still don't understand. The questions I've carried. The prayers that seem unanswered. I lay them at your feet. Not demanding, not accusing, but trusting. Trusting that one day it will all make sense. And even if it doesn't on this side of eternity, I know you are good. That has always been enough. Help me to see the blessings in disguise, the growth hidden in discomfort, the grace tucked inside of trials. Don't let me miss the holy in the hard places. Let me be one who praises even when the breakthrough hasn't come yet, who worships while still in the waiting room, who clings to the cross even when life feels uncertain. You've proven yourself too many times for me to doubt you now. You've shown up in ways I couldn't predict. You've provided when I had no options. You've spoken when I had no words. You've carried me when I didn't have the strength to stand. And I believe you'll do it again because you never change. So I rest in that promise. I find peace in the knowing. I find joy in the journey. And most of all, I find you over and over again, faithful, kind, patient, and Lord, I want to be found faithful, not just in the public moments, but in the private ones, in the way I speak when no one hears, in the way I think when no one sees, in the way I love when there is nothing to gain. You see it all, and I want to bring you honor in the hidden places. Let my integrity be anchored in you. Let my heart be pure, not for approval, but because I carry your name. Refine me, Father. Burn away what doesn't look like you. If pride lingers, uproot it. If fear has built walls, tear them down. If bitterness hides in the corners of my soul, shine your light there and replace it with mercy. I don't want anything to stay that doesn't belong to you. Make me more like Christ, not just in words, but in character, in spirit, in truth. Teach me to walk in humility, not the kind that seeks praise for being humble, but the kind that quietly kneels and asks, how can I serve? The kind that listens more than it speaks, the kind that forgives even when it hurts. Jesus, you humbled yourself for us. You laid down your glory for the sake of love. Let that same spirit be alive in me. Help me to be gentle in a harsh world, kind in a culture of criticism, steady in a season of instability. Let my life be a gentle witness, a soft echo of heaven's kindness. May those who encounter me sense something different, not perfection, but peace, not performance, but presence, not pressure, but grace. Let my yes be yes, and my no be no. Let my faith be consistent, not conditional. I want to know you more than I want to be known. I want to follow you more than I want to be followed. I want to hear you say at the end of it all, well done. Let that be the goal of my days, to live in a way that brings joy to your heart. So shape me, mold me, correct me, and hold me. My life is the clay, and you are the potter. I trust what you're making, even when I don't yet see the masterpiece, because I know who holds the hands that shape me. Lord, when the world pushes me to prove myself, to build my own name, to chase after the approval of man, remind me that I was created for something higher. Not for fame, not for applause, but for worship. I was made to glorify you, to reflect your light, not my own, to point hearts to heaven, not to my accomplishments. Help me to stay grounded in that truth when everything around me tries to pull me away. There is such freedom in surrender, such peace in letting go of striving. You never asked me to impress you, only to trust you. You never asked me to be perfect, only to be present, present in your word, present in your will, present in your presence. That is where I am made whole. That is where I remember who I truly am. Let my life be a quiet declaration that you are enough, that your grace is sufficient, that your love is my portion. Let my strength come not from how hard I work, but from how deeply I rest in you. Let my identity be rooted in being a child of God, not in what I do, but in whose I am. Forgive me for the times I've forgotten that, for the moments I chased success instead of surrender, for the days I sought affirmation more than transformation. You are not just a part of my life, Lord. You are the center. Recenter me now. Bring me back to the place where it's only you, where everything else fades and only one thing remains: your presence. I don't want to build my life on sand. I want to build on the rock, on the truth of your word, on the strength of your spirit, on the love that never fails. Every other foundation will crumble, but you are unshakable, eternal, and you have promised to never leave or forsake me. That alone gives me the courage to stand firm. So here I am again, Lord, not with a list of requests, but with a heart full of longing, a longing to know you more, a longing to walk closely, to live simply, to love purely, and to finish well. Father, I thank you for being my hiding place. In a world that feels loud and overwhelming, you offer quiet refuge, a place to breathe, a place to rest, a place to be real. You never turn me away when I'm exhausted or undone. You simply open the door and welcome me. There is no safer place than the shelter of your presence. You are my covering when shame tries to find me. You are my peace when fear wants to speak. You are the voice that calls me beloved. Even when my own thoughts accuse me, you see beyond my failures. You speak life over dry bones, and with every whisper of grace, you remind me that I am not who I used to be. I am who you say I am. When the enemy tries to stir up confusion, you speak clarity. When he tries to reopen wounds, you pour oil over them. When he reminds me of where I've been, you point to the cross and say, that debt is paid. O Lord, how powerful is your mercy, how healing is your truth. There is no condemnation in you, only redemption. Let me walk in that freedom daily. Let me not slip back into old chains, old fears, or old identities. I am a new creation, not by my effort, but by your sacrifice. Let my soul wear that truth like armor. Let it be the anthem that carries me through the days ahead, redeemed, restored, and sealed by your Spirit. Help me to extend that same mercy to others, to be a carrier of grace in a world so full of judgment, to listen before I assume, to forgive before bitterness takes root, to speak words that heal, not wound, words that lift, not tear down. Let my mouth be a fountain of kindness. Let my life mirror the mercy I've received. And as I lie down tonight or rise to begin a new day, I remember this truth. I am covered by the blood of Jesus. I am kept by the power of God. I am never alone, and I will rest in that promise again and again. Lord, I thank you for the beauty of consistency in a world that changes with every moment. You remain the same. You are not moved by headlines or shifting cultures. You are not affected by opinions or trends. You were faithful before I was born, and you will be faithful long after I've taken my final breath. You are the eternal anchor, and I hold fast to you. In seasons of plenty and in seasons of lack, you've proven yourself. When prayers were answered quickly, and when answers were slow to come, you were still God, still present, still working. And even now, when I don't see everything clearly, I choose to trust that you are still writing something beautiful, something beyond what I could ask or imagine. I don't want to waste this moment by rushing through it. I don't want to miss the lessons in the waiting or the grace in the quiet. Teach me to find joy in the journey, not just in the destination. Let my gratitude deepen, not just for the mountaintops, but for the valleys too, because you meet me in both, and in both, you are enough. Let my life be a steady song of gratitude. Let my attitude reflect a heart that knows it is loved. Let me not complain when I could choose praise. Let me not fear when I could choose faith. Fill my mouth with thanksgiving. Fill my thoughts with hope. Let contentment rise within me, not because I have all I want, but because I have all I need in you. There are things I may never understand, prayers I may never see answered in the way I hoped. But you are still good. That doesn't change. And I will praise you not because everything is perfect, but because you, and that is more than enough reason to lift my hands, lift my voice, and lift my heart in worship. So I close this moment with peace, with trust, with joy. You are my portion, my protection, my provider, my peace. And no matter what tomorrow holds, I know who holds me. Father, I thank you for the gift of today, for breath in my lungs, for clarity of mind, for another opportunity to walk with you. No matter what this day has held, whether joy or sorrow, gain or loss, I choose to recognize your presence in it. Nothing escapes your gaze, nothing arrives without passing through your sovereign hands. And even what I don't yet understand, I choose to place in your care. You are the author of time, the keeper of every hour. You saw this moment long before I arrived in it, and in your mercy you prepared me for it. Whether I realize it or not, you have been shaping me, steadying me, strengthening me for every single step. So I will not fear the unknown. I will not shrink from what lies ahead. You are already there, waiting, ready to walk it with me. Teach me to close each day with gratitude, not regret. To look back not with shame, but with grace. To see how far you've carried me, even when the road was steep. To trust that every wound is being healed, every burden is being lifted, and every moment is drawing me nearer to the image of Christ. Let me live lightly, Father, free from the weight of yesterday, unburdened by the pressure of tomorrow. Just present with you here, now, in this sacred space. Let my soul breathe in your presence and exhale every anxiety. You are my refuge, and I will run to you again and again. As I rest, whether in sleep or in stillness, I ask that you cover me. Guard my heart from fear, my mind from torment, my body from harm. Let your angels stand watch. Let your spirit speak peace, and let my dreams be filled with reminders of your promises. And when I rise again, let it be with renewed strength. Let it be with new mercy. Let it be with the quiet confidence that the God who watched over me in the night will walk beside me in the day. You are faithful, and in that truth I lay everything down. Lord, as I continue walking this journey with you, I realize more and more how much I need your wisdom. Not the wisdom of the world, not clever answers or human reasoning, but the kind that comes from heaven, the kind that discerns what eyes cannot see and hears what hearts often miss. I ask for that wisdom now, to choose what is right over what is easy, to be led by your Spirit, not by impulse. The path ahead may not always be clear, but I know the one who lights each step. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. It doesn't always reveal the entire road, but it reveals enough for today, enough to trust. And so I lean into that light, believing that as I obey, you will continue to guide. Keep my heart teachable, Lord. Let me never believe I've arrived. Let me never assume I know more than I need to. Instead, let me remain like a child in your presence, eager to learn, quick to listen, slow to speak. Remind me that wisdom is not proven by words, but by fruit, and may the fruit of my life reflect your spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let discernment grow strong in me. Let my spirit be sensitive to what is of you and what is not. In a world full of noise and deception, help me to hear your voice with clarity. Tune my ears to truth. Guard my heart from anything counterfeit. Help me to see beyond appearances and into the heart of what matters. Let everything I say and do be filtered through your truth and grace. When decisions come, give me peace. Not just peace that feels good, but peace that aligns with your will. Close the doors that are not from you, and give me courage to walk through the ones you open. Even if they stretch me, even if they require faith, I would rather walk into uncertainty with you than walk into comfort without you. So I choose again today to trust not in my own understanding, but in you. I commit my ways to you. I acknowledge you in all that I do. And I believe, just as your word promises, that you will direct my path. Father, I thank you for the quiet work you're doing within me. The kind of transformation that doesn't always show up in grand gestures or dramatic moments, but in the slow, steady shaping of my heart. You are molding me into someone who reflects your nature, someone who learns to love deeper, trust stronger, forgive quicker, and walk humbly before you. I may not always see it in the mirror, but I trust that you are working. You are faithful in the process, patient when I stumble, gentle when I resist. You know exactly what to allow, what to remove, what to strengthen, and what to prune. I yield to that. Even when it's uncomfortable, I know it's necessary, because I don't just want to be a believer in name. I want to bear fruit, real fruit, fruit that lasts and blesses others. Lord, help me not to resist the refining. Help me not to rush through the lessons or try to escape the stretching. Let me find beauty in the becoming. Let me be fully present in this sacred work you're doing within me. You are not in a hurry with my soul. You're not measuring me by progress the way the world does. You are after depth, not performance. Let me grow in places no one sees, in patience when no one is watching, in love when it costs something, in truth when it's inconvenient. Shape my character in the dark so that when the light comes, I will not be shaken. You are more concerned with who I am in secret than who I appear to be in public, and that brings peace. I want to be found faithful in the little things, in the way I speak, in the way I serve, in the way I respond when no one is watching. Let my life echo the love of Christ in simple, consistent, powerful ways. Let it begin in my home, in my thoughts, in the quiet corners of my heart. Make me holy, not just outwardly but inwardly. And so I surrender again this time, not just my needs or my worries, but the shaping of my very soul. Keep forming me, Lord. I am clay in the hands of the Master, and I trust what you are making. Lord, as I near the end of this prayerful journey, I find myself more aware of your nearness. You have never been far, not in the silence, not in the sorrow, not even in my moments of doubt. You've walked with me through every step, and now as I look back, I see the trail of your faithfulness, woven like golden threads through every season of my life. I thank you, God, for being the steady hand that held me, for being my comfort when I didn't have words, for the times you answered with power and the times you simply sat with me in the quiet. You are a God who enters into the depths with us, a God who never flinches at our brokenness, a God who calls us beloved even when we feel unworthy. As I reflect, I don't just see trials, I see transformation. I don't just see battles, I see breakthroughs. Every scar carries a testimony. Every season has shaped me, and I can say with confidence that even the things meant for harm have been turned for good in your hands. What the enemy intended to crush me with, you used to build something unshakable inside me. Now, Lord, I ask that you finish what you've started. Complete the work. Continue the shaping. Don't let me grow stagnant. Don't let me grow cold. Breathe fresh wind into my spirit. Renew a right heart within me. Let this not be the end of my seeking, but the beginning of even deeper hunger, a hunger for you alone. Let my life be a fragrant offering, a continual pouring out. Let my days reflect a person who has been with you, who knows your voice, who trusts your ways, who lives not for the praise of man, but for the smile of heaven. Let everything I am declare, He is worthy. Let everything I do whisper, He is enough. And even if no one sees, even if no one applauds, let me be found faithful in your eyes. For that, Lord, is the only thing that matters in the end. Lord, as I close this time with you, I do so with deep reverence and full surrender. My heart is quiet, my soul is still, and in this stillness, I sense the gentle weight of your glory. You have drawn near, so near, and I am undone by the kindness of a God who welcomes broken vessels and fills them with eternal treasure. You've reminded me that prayer is not a ritual, it's a relationship, not a performance but a sacred place where heaven touches earth. You've drawn me close, not because of who I am, but because of who you are. And I will never take this intimacy for granted. You, Lord, are my safe place, my secret place, my source and my song. I don't want to leave your presence. I want to carry it with me, into every room, into every conversation, into every decision. Let your spirit go before me and make the way straight. Let your peace rest upon me like a mantle. Let your wisdom whisper through me, even in the smallest things. May I walk so closely with you that others can't help but feel your presence when I enter the room. As I step back into the world, I take with me everything you've poured into me. The calm, the courage, the clarity, the conviction. Let it bear fruit. Let it produce righteousness. Let it shine light in the darkest corners. Let it be a living witness that God is real, that God is near, and that God is good. And when the world tries to shake my faith, when fear tries to steal my peace, when weariness tries to cloud my vision, I will return here, to this place of quiet communion, to this holy ground where my soul meets its Maker. I will kneel again, I will lift my eyes again, and I will be reminded again that I am held, I am known, and I am loved. So I seal this time with gratitude. I rise with peace, and I walk forward in grace. All glory to the one who hears, who heals, who holds, and who never lets go.